You try to build habits with good intentions. You tell yourself you'll wake up earlier, drink more water, journal, exercise, or study consistently. At first, it feels calm and manageable, like a quiet promise to yourself, but then one day you miss it, not because you're lazy, not because you gave up, but because life happened. And somehow, after that single miss, everything starts to feel heavier. That's usually when the doubt creeps in. You start questioning yourself, wondering why you can never stay consistent, why other people seem to manage it so easily, and why discipline feels so unnatural to you. It feels like a personal failure, but it isn't. What's actually happening is much quieter and much more human. Your brain is deeply attached to comfort and familiarity, and even small changes can feel unsettling. When you try to shift your routine, your mind doesn't rebel loudly. It just gently resists, making the habit feel slightly more difficult than it should. That resistance slowly turns into guilt. Missing one day feels bigger than it really is. You start overthinking the habit instead of simply doing it. The action that once felt simple now carries pressure, expectation, and self-judgment. And once guilt enters the picture, motivation fades quickly. Not because you don't care, but because your brain begins to associate the habit with discomfort rather than ease. Another reason habits fail is because we rarely give them our full attention. We try to journal while our phone sits beside us. We try to study while checking the time every few minutes. We try to improve while being half present. Over time, your brain notices this. It learns that the habit is tense, fragmented, and mentally draining. So the next time you think about doing it, your mind quietly avoids it, choosing what feels easier instead. Most people think the answer is motivation. They believe that if they just felt more inspired or disciplined, everything would fall into place. But motivation is unreliable. It comes in waves and disappears just as quickly. Habits that actually last aren't built on bursts of energy. They're built on structure, simplicity, and low resistance. They stick when your brain doesn't have to negotiate or argue every time. This is where small, anchored habits change everything. When you attach a habit to something you already do, it stops feeling like a decision. Journaling right after brushing your teeth, drinking water after every meal, stretching for 1 minute before bed. These actions don't demand willpower. They quietly slide into your routine, and your brain accepts them without a fight. For a long time, it might feel like nothing is happening. There's no dramatic progress, no sudden transformation, but beneath the surface, something important is forming. Your brain is learning that this behavior is normal, safe, and repeatable. Like roots growing underground, the real change happens before you ever see results. This is where most people quit, not because it isn't working, but because it isn't visible yet. You will miss days. That's inevitable. Missing a day doesn't erase your progress. Disappearing does. The real skill isn't perfection, it's returning calmly. Coming back without guilt, without restarting everything, without turning it into a crisis. That quiet return is what builds consistency over time. You're not broken, you're not lazy, your brain just resists change. Make habits smaller, lighter, and easier to repeat. Let them fit into your life instead of forcing your life to revolve around them. Real growth isn't loud or intense, it's slow, steady, and patient. Roots grow before branches. Let them grow.